I am Dr. Nitika Sobti. This is a beautiful divine program to help mothers, fathers be born to their real divinity.
Hi everybody, this is Dr. Apoorva. I started with a Virtue Baby journey with Dr. Nitika in 2019. So one of our friends guided us that Dr. Nitika is here in Gurugram now, so you have to go and visit her for sure. So I still remember my first appointment with Dr. Nitika. Me, my husband, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, we all went to her, and it was a good 20-25 minutes conversation. Everything so positive, such positive vibrations were given to us. Everything good and good was told to us. Nothing was told like not to do this, don't do this is your pregnancy. But instead, what she told me was what I have to do during my pregnancy. I started attending the Virtue Baby program. Initially, we had to have classes every Saturday. Me and my husband, we both are orthodontists, and we have the maximum OPD on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. But believe me, my husband and my mother-in-law, we three attended each and every session of Virtue Baby. We followed whatever Dr. Nitika told us. All the affirmations. For each week, I read the Womb Conversation book to my child. Each week, I read the Virtue Baby story to my child, and I used to recite the same story to her for 1 week, so that she imbibes that particular virtue in herself. It was a very smooth and a very beautiful journey. I did a lot of affirmations as told by Dr. Nitika, and one of the greatest affirmations that I always did is that I want to go ahead with a natural delivery, and I want my child to be delivered in 1 to 2 hours. So everything was normal till 7th month of my pregnancy. It is only in the 8th month when little problems started. So my BP increased. Also the weight of my child was not increasing, and the water around the baby also decreased. So Dr. Nitika told me, we just have to do the right affirmations. All the worries were given to her, and I was just confident about a natural delivery, 1 to 2 hours of labor maximum, and a very healthy and happy child delivered. So when my term was over, Dr. Nitika told me that we have to do things when everything is right. We always planned for water birthing because things were all right. We took the appointment for the water birthing. So my midwife told me that I have to eat a lot of papaya and pineapple for my normal labor to start. I had a lot of papaya, lot of pineapple, but instead of normal labor, I had a great episode of vomiting. Lot of vomiting. I was so unwell. I had to go to the hospital, and Dr. Nitika told me that I have to get admitted the very next day, and we start with the labor process. So induced labor is something that whenever I read on the Google, I was very scared about, because it was like 0 pain to 100% pain. But when the process started, even the induced labor is a very slow process. So Dr. Nitika, I remember I got admitted at 2 p.m. in my hospital, and she applied a gel to induce the labor. And she told me that we might expect some pains in next 6 hours. There were no pains, there were no contractions. And again after 6 hours, she applied another gel application, and she told me that we might get pains like night 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., early morning 4 p.m. Still there were no pains. So the attending doctor was also pushing Dr. Nitika, I still remember. Let's give, medicine, let's give injection for the contractions. And I remember I was taking a walk in the hospital, and Dr. Nitika totally said no for it. That no, we have here come for a natural labor. We are going to do things slowly, and no injection has to be given, no medicines have to be given. So in the morning, Dr. Nitika came at 6 p.m. I still remember her attire. She was in her all meditation clothes, and she told me, Apoorva, जब normal delivery करने आया तो normal delivery ही करेंगे. I'm going to break your water bag and we expect pains to start around 10 pm and delivery up to 2 to 3 pm. It was 7 am in the morning when she broke my water bag, and within a second I had my first contraction. She told me that give me a call when you feel, potty pressure, so that I know the child is pushing out. And exactly after 45 minutes, I felt that pressure. And I told my husband to call Dr. Nitika that it is too much of a pain and I need to get an injection. My husband called Dr. Nitika and she told me कि हमें normal delivery करनी है, अगर तुमसे नहीं हो पा रहा तो call somebody else. So my mother-in-law and my husband, they both were there with me. During every contraction, my mother-in-law was chanting Om Shanti and my husband did, reverse counting. He used to start from 30. So maximum pain used to be on 27 and the pain used to lessen at 16th count. Exactly after 45 minutes when we called Dr. Nitika, she came back and my child's head was visible. And exact 9 am my child was delivered. So it was 2 hours journey. What I used to, think of, what affirmations I used to do, everything just like I imagined, and it was a very beautiful journey. As my child came out in this world, Dr. Nitika, she recited such a beautiful prayer. My child was not crying. She smiled. She just cried for a second. She was clinging to me, and everything felt so blissful. Every pain felt so blissful. And all thanks from the core of my heart to Dr. Nitika Sobti for showing us this path, for helping us being the part of the virtue baby. Thank you so much.